this, that, yeah. From the back of the, I got a girl, Brad, she go to battle, I live with birds come out, sounds like I see it in there, hey, I'm on your turf again, this, that, yeah. From the back of the, I got a girl, Brad, she go to battle,
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now a handoff to Miller. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Ryan on second down. Dumps it complete to Miller. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Ryan. Underneath for Miller. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On first down, Ryan. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, Ryan. Flush to his right. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On second down, Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Kamara trying to run for him. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And the screen can be a tough play for a wide receiver. We saw it there. They have to look the football into their hands, then turn their head up and look upfield. It's
quite a checklist, isn't it? Watch the ball into your hands, tuck it away, get upfield, find your blockers. Sometimes the list gets lost in there, and the defense makes it work.
And they made it work. They got the fumble. They took it in for the touchdown. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
Back there in that Philly, here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now Ryan. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. To throw is Ryan. Throw left side complete. It's Romero. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And as a quick little completion, got the job done for a first down.
And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
22!
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On third down, Jackson. He's got his man, Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And a loose football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option. Taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
54, south.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Going deep for Moncrief. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dante Moncrief. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Gano out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Jackson on 1st down. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 3-19.
Play action. Now Jackson. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. On 1st down, they go option to the right. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play. Now Jackson on 2nd down. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
The fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's Ryan. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Setting up the screen for Miller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Gano out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
start the second half with Kamara. He takes this for 3 to the 29. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They go play action with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Hey, let's go. Hey, express.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Romero. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dante Moncrief, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Now let's go.
On second down, Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
3-19.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Gun, gun. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, eluding the tackle. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys...
And oh, he coughed it up! He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over, and this will be caught at the 30. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now Jackson on third down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Lucky 56.
4th down. Here's Jackson. That's to his running back. Complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look, credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
23 yards on the play.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Hey, let's go. Four down, check. Four down.
On second down, here's Miller. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. Lamar Miller, the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lamar Miller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints just continue to roll. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
No. Check. Patriot.
On second down, here's Jackson. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Panthers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Gun!
Jackson from the shotgun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown.
This has been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in the game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
On 1st down, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Hey, let's go.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got Moncrief. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Carolina getting set to take the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Set, 3-19, 3-19.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Set, green 39, green 39.
Jackson now to throw on 2nd down. Man open left side, it's Williams. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Green 39, green 39.
Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Gun, 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 gun. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Tank Carradine in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's a give to Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Again, it's Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now a pitch out to Kamara, and he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
Detroit!
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Gone!
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep down, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it. Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
You got 4. You got 4. Watch 2. Watch 2.
They'll run it again with Miller. And some room to maneuver. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.